This is One on One. We are honored to be joined by Zach Rice, who is a Prudential Spirit of Community Honoree, and his mom, Shannon Rice. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a great story. Now, you are the 2016 Prudential Spirit of Community Award honoree, selected nationwide as one of the top young people. You're 13 years old. What's your story?
It's a very long one, but I'll try to shorten it a little. I was in 4th grade, and I got strep throat that went totally undiagnosed, and surprisingly, it travels throughout your body, and it landed in my hip, and that started a septic hip infection. I was a goalie, so as you can see, it kind of got me away from it. And in the hospital, we didn't really think much of it at the time, but my dad brought in a PS3 from home, and it distracted me from my pain. And so that's all done. And there was like this really, really, really small chance that out of this rare illness, I will get another one where my hip bone actually dies. And it doesn't like have a funeral and everything. No, it gets soft. And picture this as the femoral head. Whenever I was walking, it was getting a little bit flatter and flatter. Luckily, we caught it early. And then I was in the hospital. It was much worse, way more painful. And this time, we couldn't bring in a gaming system. And it really brought to light how much I was distracted. And I had this thing, it's called an external fixator, really kind of new. I had 7 metal pins, 3 here, like on my thigh, 3 near my butt, and then 1 kind of by my hip, and it lessened the impact of me walking, and it allowed it time to heal. But as I was in this giant amount of pain, and I actually had a hospital bed in my home, we were inching me out of it for about 45 minutes a day. And I turn to my mom, and I say, hey, can I start a charity?
You said, can I start a charity?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I wanted other kids to be distracted with the gaming systems because I knew how much that kind of distracted me from my pain, and it just kind of took me out of that world. So I asked, and though she almost had a heart attack, thought it over a little bit, but she found people, we found people, and we are now in our 4th year of the Action for Distraction, or we're on our 5th year now.
Zach, we're going to put up the site for Action for Distraction 5K, raising money for?
We raise money for Goree Children's Hospital, and the idea is to buy gaming systems for the hospital so that kids have something to distract them from their pain.
This kid tells you, your son tells you, he's in this excruciating pain. He's your little boy.
Right.
And he says to you, yeah, Mom, I want to help other kids. You say?
I wish I could say right away, I said, that is the most phenomenal thing I've ever heard, but the truth of the matter is, with the external fixator on, he wasn't able to go to school. He missed almost all of 5th grade. He was in excruciating pain, and it was taking a toll on the entire family. And so he said that he wanted to start a charity, and my first thought was great, because pretty much all I want to do is get through the day.
Right.
I mean, it literally would take 45 minutes just to get him out of bed, and that was after giving him pain medicine. So I'm thinking I want to get through the day, and he's thinking he wants to help other kids so that their hospital stays can be better than his was. So my first reaction was, there is no way we could possibly add something else to our plates. But of course, you don't tell a kid who's in so much pain and thinking of other kids instead of himself that he can't do this. My first thought was, let's do that when we're done with this. This isn't the right time, let's do it next year.
He was like, we're doing it.
He was like, we're doing it. And you know what? He was right.
And Prudential recognizes you, and others will recognize you. Keep the site up for you good guys. Why do you want to help other kids, Zach?
Wow. That might be the hardest question.
Why?
It's a natural inclination for me, but if I was going to give a reason, it would definitely be just so I can inspire them so they could do good onto their community. And it can just start a cycle of goodness and just make it overall a better place to live.
Why not just feel sorry for yourself?
just not the kind of person I am.
Did you know that before this happened?
No. This really did bring to light and show me how important giving back is. So I'm a little sad that it kind of took a big push to do it, but I am really happy that I am.
So in a limited time we had, boy, I wish we had a full half hour with you guys. So I'm going to ask you, what message do you want to send to everyone watching right now? Every mom, every kid, every mom.
I think the biggest thing is that no matter what obstacles you're facing, we went through a very dark period when he was at his worst, when he was really, really sick. And he still has a lot of medical obstacles ahead of him. And you always ask that question, why did this happen? And I think that for us, and for Zach, obviously in particular, at 9 years old, all of his dreams were dashed. You know, he was going to be the next big hockey goalie. And at 9 years old, he was told he can't ever play sports again. You can take any negative and turn it into something positive, because this was huge. But the impact that he's having on the community and the world is huge, and you can make a difference.
Zach, 30 seconds. What do you want to say to every kid watching right now?
It doesn't matter what kind of dream it is, if it's big, small, it doesn't matter. If you want it, make it come true. And hopefully it's a good dream and it'll benefit everybody.
You're a good man.
Thank you.
You're making a difference, and you're going to make an even bigger difference as you get older. We're very proud of you in PBS. Keep it up, brother.
Thank you.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJIT has been provided by NJIT, TD Bank, PSC&G, the New Jersey Education Association, Century 21 Construction, Verizon, and by the North Ward Center. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJIT has been produced in cooperation with FiOS One News.